from Saxy, Texas. Hello, everyone.
It's winter time here.
It is. It's very rainy winter time.
I meant to put my hat on.
Well, shall I go get it for you?
I'll go get it. I wanted to cut my hair, but I've lost my broom and my dustpan.
She's been looking for it for a little while. Hello, everyone. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you're here. We like to know that you're here because we are a friendly bunch of people.
We are.
So say I and everyone in the chat. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that little bell, and do all the YouTubey business. You know, we do this 4 times a week, and so, you know, it should let you know. Sometimes it does. The best way to do it is like once you've subscribed to the channel and then you see somebody has scheduled something to say notify me. That is a surefire way.
I noticed that. I saw it came on mine today.
Yeah, that's the best way. And that's one of the reasons that I post early, like in the week. Once I schedule all of the streams. Usually, I mean, I'd love it if I got to it like Sunday afternoon, but usually it's like Monday morning here lately. So the Monday stream, you know, that you're not going to get a lot of notice on that one. But otherwise, then I post it over in Makers. And then Brad sends out the email marketing thing and all of that business. So, you know, we try to do our thing there.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
All right, there we go. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Are y'all ready?
Are you ready?
Make sure you've done your hello in the chat.
I'm doing some unplanned things today.
We have Miriam, Heather, Betsy, Darcy, Dana, Debbie, Ellen, Estella, Griffin Show, that's Rhonda, Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi, Isabel, Jeanette, aka Janet, Joni, Miron, Katura, Lee Murdoch's here. Oh, people popping in. Okay, see. Oh, Christopher is here. Hello, Carrie. All right, going down, back down.
Harmony was lovely.
Thank you. Lydia, Monica, Nancy, Paula, I am happy to see that you are here. Much love and healing thoughts towards your husband. Panka, Sherry, Shiny Things Studio, that's Julie. The Shelley Studio, that's Margot. We've got Susan, Bill Yu, Tina Schwanberg, Tracy LaBeouf, Trish Coogan, Wendy, and Y. Stevenson. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It is simply you didn't show up on my list, and I'm not in control of that. That would be the YouTube.
Carrie may have to go away, so I want to tell him. I just finished. The reason I didn't have my hat on yet was because I was just finishing up your video right before here on things to the suggestions and ideas to improve your channel so that you gain more viewers. And you know, you are just so genuine. I really. I love watching that, and even though we are miles apart in our approach to things, it doesn't matter. I always learn something, and I'm always given a little
you give her, you also give her a little nudge that, hey, be nicer in the world, because sometimes she's a little...
I know, and I know that I am, and I try to kind of tamper that back, and... you know, I think probably
it just oozes to the surface.
It just is what it is. And then when you said, you know, above all, you should be genuine. Well, I could try to be somebody that was really, really super nice and whatnot.
It's not.
And you'd all get it right away because I wouldn't be able to maintain that persona for any.
But I do think it's nice that you give it a go every once in a
while.
Yeah, I do.
And I mean, awareness. And the other thing I think that I especially gleaned from it was I need to remind myself that the people watching are all at all different levels of expertise.
When he mentioned that about, you've got to remember people they're not where we are.
Well, and they haven't done it 49,000 times. So when I do something, I think it would be, and you all can let me know, is helpful when I'm talking through something.
Hey, and also for all of y'all that are out there, don't ever hesitate. And if she gets snippy, I'll let her know.
Yes, and if I do,
because sometimes she'll be like, oh, well, you guys have seen that, but some of y'all may have not.
Yes, and I just need reminding, and I promise, and even if I do get snippy back, it's like Mariah says,
I'll put her back in place.
I taught middle school for years, so I'm not easily injured.
Yeah, and I think it was a cool thing, not only just for, YouTubers, but I think it's also a cool thing for those of you that are viewers, subscribers, and, that frequent either live streams or videos, any of that you kind of see or hear about the making of, or, kind of what goes into it, and that, we really do all, like, read the comments, and some, hit us hard, and some,
Yeah.
So it's nice on all ends. So it very cool of you to do that video, and I enjoyed it thoroughly as well.
Yes.
Oh, and Think Media is the right one. Sean Cannell, I will have to tell you this. The funny thing about the Think Media thing is that when we very first started, which was, so, Carrie's like, his journey has been about 13 years. Ours has been since 2019. November 11th, 2019 is when our first video went up. And holy cow, have we not come, like, leaps and bounds from then. But I spent, remember, a week. And this is when Izzy was still really little and not, like, real understanding about, well, I mean, she's still not totally understanding about
Yeah, and she's
time.
mobile.
Yeah. But, she was way little. and I was like, can you guys just, fend her off for this couple of hours that I would watch, because they would have their free thing. And any of you guys that are channels, I would highly recommend. I really do like the Think Media. All the content that they put out is quality. I even still to this day will refer to them as far as, because they are content creator coaches is basically what they do. They build their content around content creators, and that is pretty cool.
Well, there you go. I've never watched these people.
No, that's not her. That ain't her
that's
jam.
That's not my gig. I'm
pretty excited that she watched Carrie's video about YouTubing. Like, that's probably the most she's ever, like.
It certainly is. Well, because the thing about it is it's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
The people that watching that are all at all different levels of expertise.
Yeah.
They're on the continuum someplace. And the thing about Ceri is it doesn't matter. He hits it all. So even people who know what they're doing or whatever, you should still watch, because he's going to approach it from a little bit different place.
Yeah.
And this just may be the little bit of information that you needed that you didn't have.
Yeah.
That I did not provide you, because Ceri does. He can talk and work at the same time. I'm terrible at that. When my brain gets in, you've seen how I just shut down. When I'm really into my process here, I'm totally
And I do
focused.
my best, but I don't really, I don't always pick up on that. I'm trying to chat with y'all and make it more interactive on that end of things. So
and
I
you
think
can just talk away, because I've already just... I don't...
That's why sometimes I have to say,
I
hey.
am very able to filter. It's scary how well I can filter. But anyhow...
Oh, that is...
I apologize ahead of time, and if I zoom through something and you want more information, you do not hesitate one little bit.
Yeah.
You let me know. And thank you, Ceri.
Yeah. All right. Do you have some Thursday thoughts? Or we
Well,
just
my Thursday thought was Ceri.
And Ceri, we're thoughting about you.
We're thoughting about you, because I was...
You know what the funny thing was is I was going to suggest that, but I figured you would poo-poo on watching that, because it's really, the whole YouTube-y thing is not her thing.
No, it really isn't. And anything that we
So that's
do
funny.
Is in that is usually, it comes from Mariah. It's not something I've discovered on my own.
And then I tried to explain some of it to her, and I'm like, I don't really, like, do you care? She's like, no, not really. I was just listening to be nice.
I just watched Ceri because I've had such positive experiences in the past.
Wonderful.
And
Ceri, I guess if there are things that I need her to know, I'm gonna like maybe reach out and see if you want to put it in one of your coffees with Ceri.
You know, I the other videos that I watch are totally incidental, something I just stumbled over or whatever. But I do not. I don't put anything ever in the search engine, because I don't even really know how to do that. I do a little bit, kind of now, because Mariah showed me
I
the
have,
other day.
but she's still like, I'm like,
And
just
I'm
search
like,
it.
How can you get that so fast? I've been sitting here for 15 minutes trying to get that to happen.
But
and
learning how to search is a whole other thing too, I think. It was funny because like with the information he put in there about the titling, you know, I think, you know, to me, I have been doing this sort of thing and even helping, like, you know, that like my other job. But the funny thing is PM Artist Studio is now taken over or is about equal to the job. So that's exciting stuff. But we still do build websites, do that marketing-ish kind of thing. Not, not heavily, but with some companies I have. And that's how I learned how to do it. So you start to think about in search terms, keywords, but not everybody like, they're just kind of like, hey, I'm kind of interested in this thing. So you have to think about it in very basic terms. But she doesn't do that. Like, she gets real weird.
Here's the thing.
Very specific.
I love this example.
So if you have that weird title that's very specific, she might come across your stuff.
Yeah, okay. This is what the one that Ceri used was the birdhouse and my fine feathered friends. Okay, I'm over here with fine feathered friends wondering why birdhouses are not showing up. So, you know,
yeah,
that's just, and I have a terrible time with that, and I don't know what it is.
We all think about things in different ways. Like Brad is like, he's constantly on me because like when we name things, or I put things in certain folders, or just, it goes, oh yeah, because, being in the brain of Mariah, that's what everybody's. I'm like, well, it just seemed like it's, logical to me.
Yeah, made sense.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, Dorothy, I hope you're here today. She said that she was going to be. But I'm going to get to those portraits in just a second. But we've got to, we got to talk, we're ready to go.
Top side.
Topside.
Okay, those are the Thursday thoughts. Thank you, Ceri, once again.
Thank you, Ceri, for providing us with Thirsty Thoughts.
We are better people for knowing you.
Yes.
And thank you for that. Okay, now, top side. I moved so much. The other day, I had clicked the wrong thing, and I think I dragged some of my things around because I was like, God, why am I getting so messed up?
Oh, there it is. All right, I moved it up a little bit because I think it needed to be.
So some things have just got moving
Chin
on.
was kind of close to the edge. There we go. Okay.
I know you guys were worried about that. There we go.
And it looks really spooky crazy down there. I'm gonna slowly, and see, this is the other thing I learned from Ceri today. You bring things up slowly.
How long have I been telling her this?
I know, but it's always good when you hear it from somebody else. Bring it up slowly and allow the camera to focus. Then you can do a little tilty.
Now, what's up with
and
that
he
little
said
red
to leave
piece?
it to 5 to 10
seconds. Mm-hmm.
That's the original paint showing through, and I didn't cover it up for that purpose.
Okay.
It's a reference.
I like it. It's also like a creepy tear, a blood tear.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fitting.
All right, now, are you seeing that lovely patina?
Oh yes, here, let me do a little. Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming in. If you haven't, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Do give those thumbsy upsies. And if you're watching on replay, be sure to let us know that you're watching. Just say hello or whatever, or watching the replay. We love it. Thank y'all.
Okay, so how did I get this? I'm thinking is that, yeah.
Okay. Love the roses. I told her she should call this verbena rose or rose verbena. And she's like, what's verbena?
I just anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stuff that you use. Now I'm putting this up here, and I'm going to. It's so hard for me to read this.
Yeah. Now remember, you got to put your hand behind it.
Well, I think I kind of have that.
Now that's the label's hard to read just because it's
the
sparkly
label
glitter.
is hard to read. So it's Dragonfly Glaze by
Folk Art.
Mm-hmm. And here's a little shimmer of the test thing. So you can see it shows up violet. Mm-hmm. And there's another one that shows up more green in this same. And boy, I'm just about out of this. I really like this. And it's wonderful to use on your darker.
Now, do you need all three?
Well, I could use all three because, all of them are really low.
Because it's always cheaper to buy things in the set.
Yes.
If y'all want the link, let me know. I'll pull it.
And I can't.
Hey, Devin. Oh, and Devin made a good, heave-ho at at breaking the record, but I think hers topped out at about 20 or 21.
21, I think.
Yeah, so if y'all haven't been over there to watch Devin's live stream where she did a long haul.
Yes, and I did. I watched it all the way through, and I loved your final print.
Oh, you didn't see the poll, though, because you're not on Instagram. I think she posted it on...
No, she did
in Makers, too? Yeah.
No, she did the last pull on...
No. On the Cranky Buds, though, because she kept going with Cranky Buds.
Oh, Cranky Buds. No, I did not see the last pull on that. I just saw the last one on the peacock feathers.
Oh, Christy Hartman said, I just broke P's record. Oh, she's getting into it. She's going to put that video out. Well, don't tell us the number yet. I want to be surprised in the video.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to use some of mine today. Okay, I want to talk about some things here real quickly with this mask and how I got these the flowers to adhere. Because I think this is really, really important.
Here, you'll love this, Susan says. It looks like raku glaze pottery. That is totally up her alley. She loves to burn things.
I do.
Burn it down.
Oh, that's probably why I like this so much. I loved raku.
She did.
I really did. And I've got that one pot right back there. I should unload it and show it to you because it's
Hello,
really...
Leah.
It's way back behind
Hey,
everything.
Marguerite.
Okay, this is the stuff. And again, I'm going to try to get this up here. And I wrote the word matte on here because of all this little bitty writing here so I could find it immediately. Because I've got it in
like I'm tired of
matte and gloss. There we go. And I was just, I've used a lot more matte than I have gloss.
Like, surely there's a better way.
But I did use, I will say, I did use the gloss.
Hi, Eddie.
The gloss on this, and I'm going to open it up.
Were you not here at the beginning?
And show you. It's like the when you go to Dairy Queen and they turn the Frosty upside down, nothing comes out. This is the stuff.
Blizzard.
It's a blizzard, yes. It's the blizzard of the
okay.
Of the, what do you call these things? You know, glazes, glosses.
Yeah.
Mediums. This is called
Hey, Jennifer.
Extra Heavy Gel Medium, and it is by Amsterdam.
Now, these extra heavy mediums like this are kind of like the ones that a lot of assemblage people, artists, will use because, like, you can stick things in it and it sets up and then, like, ooze down.
And that was what I wanted to make sure happened here, that it went into those little cracks and crevices.
But stay.
So I laid it on heavy. And there's even some, and I used the gloss because I knew if it seeped out that I would want that gloss part to show. Now, Mariah had wet hands when she handed this to me, and it's still, so that means it's not sealed.
She's still giving.
I'm going to have to go over it again with, and I'll probably just use this.
I think we should just do the spray.
I don't know what the spray's going to do. It could mess up my surface big time.
Well, why don't you spray some on the inside?
Well, I could do that. That's a good idea.
You know.
Because I did coat the inside, but it may be where you got it on the inside. I was kind of lackadaisical because I figured, oh, what the hey.
What the hey?
What the hey.
Looks like a booger's running down out of that one.
Yeah. All right. So, you put this, I actually put this on my gel plate upside down so that I didn't have to hold my finger on it, because you know where you hold your fingers where you're not getting any stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I put it down on the gel plate, and I put this stuff on extra thick and gloppy and pulled it clear out. And what's wonderful about the tissue paper and the modeling paste, it's malleable, because you can see where it went into the nose area. I mean, right here, it split the leaf and one went into the nostril and up there. I mean, and this little point right here.
The placement was well done.
Well, it was, and I couldn't have done it otherwise. Now, what I did have to do once I had that on there, I had to go back and keep doing this because it wanted to release.
When I was gluing these little things down in the last stream, you kind of want to do that. So this is the texture paste more than anything. I think is sort of holding its form. But if you get the glue in there and it holds well enough, then it's kind of locked in place.
It really honestly is, and especially you want to make sure that you've got, you know, your interior parts really well loaded up, because then when you push on them, it's going to go squish out. And that way it's going to really adhere. And I don't have any air bubbles in these because I worked it a long time and made sure I was pressing on that for a good 15-20 minutes. I would just come back and, you know, keep working it and making sure that I got all of the air pockets out and that it was nice.
Because that gel medium stuff is probably not going to dry like as fast as like the art glitter glue. So you want to make sure that you're pressing it as long as until it
starts, and you can feel when it happens. You really can.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It's good. Not because when I first put these down, they were ever so slightly squishy about, and that was nice. And you can kind of see right here where I had to kind of realign it, and I had some excess of the paste came out there. But because it's you know, gonna all be gloss. Now here's what I'm thinking. I like the matte quality of the roses, even though they are slightly what do I want to say, shiny. They're metallic. I want there to be a difference between the roses and this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to completely coat everything with probably Mod Podge, because it's a good sealant and it also locks in your color. We know that because we've used it in the past, and it is a product that I can rely on, and I know what it's going to do. So when that dries, what I'm going to do then is come back in with my clear texture gesso, which we know is matte, and just paint the roses.
So it dulls them out again. Brilliant.
But then I won't have to worry about if I slop a little bit, you know, on those and whatnot, and move about. Now, I do have this, and this is Ranger brand texture paste transparent matte. This is good stuff too.
It's a little pricey.
And I don't, you know, that is the thing. It is a wonderful product. And, you know, if price is not a problem with you, you can go ahead, you can go with this. But you can, the cheaper.
And it pulls more color. Wasn't that the whole thing? I wish
it
what
does
has happened to our charts?
I don't know what we did with our chart.
One moment.
We did make a chart.
We've got a chart for that.
And it does. It dries clear with a matte finish. It certainly does that. So it does the same thing that this does. It's just that it's pastier. So if that's something that you want, and you want a little thicker for whatever reason, then this is the way to go. But if you just want to get this down on there, and I use this for so many things, I'm going to show you with the portraits here in a moment. But this is, price-wise, quality-wise, is probably, it's really good stuff. I like it a lot. Okay, any questions about the mask?
So here, I think this is a cool thing. Now, I'll tell you guys, this was sort of in our beginning of our, when we were getting better at doing YouTube videos and things.
Perfect Shell just said, I thought the Ranger paste, yes, it is transparent and the color will show through. Okay, let me turn this around here. Okay, here's the acrylic medium mic.
So we have videos on all this from way back that we talk like in depth about all of these different.
And what is interesting is after all this time, you can really see, okay, here's the Dina Wakley Clear. You can see.
Here, pull it down a little bit so they can see the top of it. There you go, perfect.
Is that good?
Yep.
And these things are all printed.
So you kind of know how it'll react with printables.
And you can see the U.S. Art Supply medium. And here's the Mod Podge. And, you know, Ceri, I used to say Mod Podge too. just because it's easier on the tongue than Mod Podge.
That was their bad, not ours.
Yeah, they needed to. But you can see, look at how it's protected that color and the integrity of that color over time. The U.S. Art Supply Gel Medium, not so much. These were exactly the same when they started out. And then you can see over here the U.S. Art Supply Gel Medium really is not protecting your light fastness of your
No, and it pulls the color and makes it all milky and
yes,
crazy.
So, you know, it just depends. I'm going to finish mine off with the glossy Mod Podge because I think it's going to work really well.
And that's kind of some of the same, those were some of the same, you can see over to the left.
With the watercolor pencils.
Yes.
Or the Inktense, Faber-Castell, and Sargent. And you can see here the color fastness. I mean, I think that the Sargent is held up remarkably well.
Mm-hmm. But this has the
Inktense, you just have to remember, it has certain things that the others do not have. As far as and if you can see down here at the bottom, here we forgot this one, so we had to add it later.
Yeah, because it was air dry.
This is with the
yeah, the little bumpy things are the mediums over it, because we wanted to know
medium.
We wanted to know, like, with the texture paste, with this. So whenever we're telling you guys, and this is kind of funny, because to kind of come back to where Ceri was at, is to become an expert. So we're like, hey, if we want to, you know, seem like we know what the hell we're talking about, we probably should actually, you know, we need to dive into these and really do these comparisons with the various media that we are using. Right. So, and how they interact with one another.
Okay, do you see how this works? These are all Inktense. These are all Faber-Castell. These are all Sargent. Now we go across this way. This is the clear gesso, all the way across. And we don't have a brand on that, Mariah.
That's just your Montmartre. If it says clear gesso, or no.
Now the Impasto is a U.S. Art Supply.
Right.
And the Mod Podge Glossy, you can see. Mod Podge Matte, you know, it's still good. The texture paste, okay, this is our light and fluffy.
Or no, that would be the Montmartre texture. Or no, sorry, that is texture paste, light and fluffy. Yes, sorry,
yeah, okay.
I'm messing with you.
Okay, careful there.
Careful,
Don't get me off track.
I am.
This is the black texture paste over.
No, this is all the different things because this we kind of switched it up on this.
This is the same texture paste over black paper. Right?
No, because this is kind of a funky one. Because the last category, we just wanted to see how things were going to happen on the black mixed media paper.
It has stuff on it.
I know, but it really kind of. I just remember
mixed media paper.
Right.
Well, it was mainly just using. Okay, these are the Inktense pencils over the top of the texture paste, and these are the Faber-Castell over the top.
And then I think the main thing that we used with that was the impasto.
It could be.
On that line.
We should have written that down because I certainly don't.
But then I was like, ooh, we really, and that's also when we figured out, oh, maybe we should do a separate video, or at least, you know, and we have talked about it more times. Knowing, and now not all black mixed media paper.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not equal.
It is not equal.
And different mediums pull the color from it.
Yeah, I will show you this when it is all
that was kind of a weird little, you know, off-ramp.
Well, but, I think, and
hopefully y'all enjoyed that.
It still is, yeah, okay.
If you want more about that, there are videos.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a little colored pencil thing here.
Hello,
and
Nancy.
I wanted to show you the mermaid tail.
Hi, Chris. And sorry if I missed anybody else coming in there.
Because I think that this is just something, you know, I call this doodle art. But you can, this wood, and we got these from Xandra.
The mermaid tail.
The mermaid tail. And
Deb says she always loves it when we bring out the charts. Thank you, Deb. She's
charts and graphs.
Charts.
I like a chart. I like a good chart.
We haven't done a chart video in a long time.
We haven't. Oh, my pencils are stuck together. I don't know why.
Well, part of it is that usually it's when we find a brand new product or ones that we want to compare.
Yes.
And really we've stuck to mainly the things that I don't know.
All you have to do is just remember, go lightly. Go lightly, go lightly, go lightly. Blend and, whatever.
But Eddie's on it today.
He's on it.
This poor mermaid. Their tails should be protected from poachers. These mythical creatures that they are.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'll just hold this like this and you'll just...
Oh, okay. Yay. Happy vacation.
These are the colors that I used in order to get that little... Can you see that one?
And you should be getting your giveaway packet soon.
Who is this?
Chris Kilu. She's in Mexico, and she had me send her stuff to her brother, and so hopefully she said over the Christmas break is when she'll be seeing him, so she'll be getting her giveaway packet. Hello, Susan.
Well, yay.
Aw, Estella. See, the charts hooked her in. That's how Stella first started watching us. It's been a while.
What kind of pencil sharpener do you use on colored pencils?
Oh, Leah.
I probably shouldn't tell you because the colored pencil people want you to use this one.
It saves.
But number one, I have arthritis in this thumb. I can only do so much of that stuff. I will unplug it and show you.
Do you think that's when you worked in the fishing? When you did all the fishing thing?
I don't know.
Is when you ended... Because it's weird
that
you
just
have
did that for a year.
Well, that's a lot of...
Probably, yeah.
I just did the, the drafting thing, and that jacked up my shoulder. And I don't even think I lasted.
And most of the time I can deal with it with the, but I can't do those little sharpeners. I mean, I do use them on my,
But Leah, I think that there's actually a link, because this is one that gets asked about quite a bit. So I just went ahead and, it says like a standard link that I have in the description area down below.
This is absolutely the best pencil sharpener I have ever.
But I'll find it.
Ever used. You have this little thing down here at the bottom, how sharp do you want it?
It's so wonderful.
How deep do you want it? Love that.
It asks you all the right questions.
Asks you all the right questions. It plugs in very easily. That other one I had to, it was one of the square plug-in kinds and I could never find it. So when it came time to empty it out, and I don't know where my emptying out container is, but I keep all of these to use. One of these days I may do a really large texture project.
Again.
And I may need all of these shavings. But this is absolutely the best. And it doesn't, very rarely does it break off your pencil point. Because that was where my other one. And I've had this one for what, Mariah?
Oh, I've had coming up on 2 years now.
Because we had to get it. I just didn't.
Well, the other one drove me crazy because every time she used it, the lights flickered. And I'm like, we're not doing that during the live stream. I'm afraid that thing's going to see no lights flickering.
Yeah. And look at that nice point.
And it isn't nearly as loud as the other one. The other one was like a jet engine. Old school. Hey, Mo.
And you do lose a little bit of your, whatever. But, that's bound to happen. All right, now I want to show you what I did because I thought this was really brilliant. And I'm going to have to, oh dear.
That's right, Ellen.
Okay, so I did change my water. It's not as swampy as it was. But I want to get all the moisture off of this that I possibly can. I really like this brush because it's stubby. And it leaves a little bit of a finish.
It's a mark making tool.
It's a mark making tool. Now this one's bent. Can you see the texture? I don't know if you can or not.
A little bit.
Well, I'm going to show you on one that I haven't done. What do I do with those?
Hey, Tutu. Oh, hey, Apple.
Okay, what I did do on these, because Mariah printed them off for me, right? So I put them onto, it's not cardstock, it's Jack Richardson heavier duty.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what.
No, it's print making. It's print making paper. It's not like watercolor paper.
It's pretty substantial. Now this is something that I don't know that I need to show you this, but I am going to show you this because I think it's, I can tell you about it, but it's going to be a lot more meaningful if I actually do it and you can see it. And I wished I could get the camera down there where I need it.
Well, do you want me to move it down closer?
I think it's fine. Okay. I think it is. I'm going to try to. All right. So you just squish some out there, you know, however much. And what you do is you just, and this is the other nice thing about having a little extra edge there, so if you can take it all the way off. I go all the way down one way. And can you see the little streaks?
That's right. Tips and tools day with the queen today. We're covering all the things.
But those little streaks, and the reason I go back and forth is because I want it to be a little bit like laid paper.
Yeah, or canvas.
Or canvas. And I don't know, I'm seeing these. I don't know if you can see them.
A little bit.
Pull it straight across all the way off of the paper. This is going to be important later on when you start using your colored pencil. Because the smoother your surface is, the more likely you are going to have a success with your pencils. Because if you have big clunks and ridges of that out there.
And then that's a sure way to break your tip, too. If you got a clunk and your catches it and snaps it off.
Now, I don't know if you can still see how nice and smooth that is. You can still see a few little brush marks.
Those will kind of even out, though.
Those will kind of even out.
B is the reason I got some clear gesso.
I'll tell you what, it is.
That was a game changer.
I didn't know even.
And you know what the funny thing was?
What I needed it for.
So again, this is cool to like reminisce about this because it's funny. Those chart videos, I kid you not, because we're like, all right, well, we know about Mod Podge. We don't know about all this other stuff. And we did, and that's purely when all monies came from like our just regular, a lot of times paid for it. And so the Montmartre was very reasonable. And then we're like, well, a lot of people seem to like this Ranger thing. It was kind of pricey. That was the big spend.
Yeah. I just wanted to know if it was better, if the price, because I do think Amsterdam and Golden paints are worth the price.
Yes.
If you want a good quality and it's going to always be the same all the time, that's what you go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Debbie Bunyar says, P is the reason I got many things.
Hey, it's only fair. Fran's the reason I got a whole lot of things.
Yeah, paints.
Patty Tolly
Paris is like, I think
another
she's the
enabler.
Queen enabler.
Yeah, I was going to watch her video the other day and I was like, I'm not going to do it because I will feel like I need those things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can see here the difference in these. I think this is really interesting. And I hope.
Oh, Joan, she got the sharpener. It's a good sharpener, isn't it?
I mean, it really, honestly is.
Yeah. Stella,
okay,
yeah, same.
This is the new and improved version. This is the straight off the inkjet printer.
Yes. Yeah, just, and it's our EcoTank one.
Yeah.
And I use the cheap inks in it anymore, because it's I don't know. We've been limping it along. It's still going.
Still working, so we haven't got rid of it.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Okay, Dorothy, are you here? If she's watching, I don't know. She may be reluctant.
Well, yeah, and she may not want to be in the chat. Some people just don't like to be in the chat. That's
okay,
fine.
well, she's going to let me know instant message because, see, I'm still working on giving my portrait. Dorothy sent me hers, and it was wonderful. And so I wanted to spend some time, and I wanted to play around with these others also. But can you see the difference?
Here, hold it down towards you a little. Look, yeah. I love the eyes. And the mouth is a little more friendly, too.
Well, and I try, and you're going to see here in a minute the expressions on some of the colored ones. Okay, this is, the other thing I like about this stuff, this is already drying.
Yeah.
I can put something down on top of it and it's not going to.
Hi, Lucia.
Now, let me tell you what I did use here. I used the mat to glue these down onto this. And you can see there's no rippling.
Very nice.
There's no bubbling. This is the way to go.
That is pricey stuff.
This is pricey stuff.
But it's good.
It's really good, and I haven't found anything else that, because I like the impasto, and I don't mind using it for this and that.
But you see, I don't know if y'all remember the chart, or if you want us to bring back the chart, but impasto, as wonderful it is price-wise, and if you want to like just stick some things in it and hold it and do all that, it's wonderful. If you are using it on top of something and you want to keep the color quality that is there, that's not the thing.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good glue medium.
And it's okay to mix in with like opaque paints.
Yeah.
Because you're already like, you're not losing any.
Because it is kind of milky.
Yeah, milky.
It doesn't ever go completely transparent. But anyway. Okay, well, I think what I did.
I'll show them, because that's the Liquitex, right? Isn't it Liquitex, or is it?
No, this is Amsterdam.
Damn. Yeah.
And I got these because they were on sale.
Try
and
to
I
catch them
heard
on
people
sale.
talk about them. And I think this is what Froyo uses.
Maybe.
When she's doing her big old...
No, because her stuff comes out of a tube. I think she usually uses like Liquitex.
Well, that's what this is, Liquitex.
No, Amsterdam.
Oh, this is Amsterdam.
See, you're confusing
She uses
me.
Liquitex.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think quality-wise and price-wise, they're very similar.
Have we
really
reviewed the
do.
golden mediums? Some. But we've never sat down and done like a, hey, this.
Now, we did, and I don't know what happened to it. I told you I thought it was in the book, where we compared the different light and fluffy, golden, and there was one other. There were 3 of them. I swear we've done that.
Well, here, is this the thing you're talking about? Because there's a video.
No, that's not it.
No, read what's on there. And what you're talking about is the one book that, yes,
There's a page where I did 3 different things with the same.
But this is the chart that goes with that, I believe.
Well, where is it?
I don't know where that book is. I told you that the last time.
It's in my book where I was doing my color swatching.
Okay, well, where's that at?
It's that white one up there.
That's not true. But I'll pull
That's
it.
not my paint book? Where's my paint book?
Well, it's the paint book, but I don't think that that's the same thing that's in there that you're thinking.
Okay, well, let's see here. I'll have to figure
Are
out.
y'all enjoying this conversation?
All right, so here's the... All right, so this is Gesso. US Art Supply, Golden White, and Dina Wakley Clear. And, you know, that's kind of comparing apples to...
Well, that was kind of our overall. Just here are a lot of the things we like that we have used.
Yeah.
And some of the reasons why we like things more so than other things.
Yeah, okay. Glossy, well, we have Mod Podge Fluid and Gel Medium in US Art Supply. Flattens when dried, fluid, high gloss, blah, 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 matte in Mod Podge and Art Supply. I don't know. This doesn't mean, writing down stuff like this, I want to see it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where that paper is.
But there is a video about that one. Now, I don't know if it was... It wasn't... It was a couple of different... Like, golden was one of them. It might have been 2 of them.
Okay, I think this is really interesting. Okay, and this is probably the hardest one to really see. But just a little bit of work around the eyes. I did work on the nose and bring the nose down ever so slightly. And you can do that when you, with your colored pencils, very, very easily. I think I like this one. This one's almost a little smirk. Oh, it may be in a sketchbook, Mariah.
It didn't, like, yeah, see? Now she's...
Now my brain's going click, 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 click. Where is that sketchbook?
It's a very good question. That's why I said, do you know where that
Maybe
one book is?
it's over there in the box on the table.
It's your book.
And you're really, it's kind of disappointing because you can't really see a lot of the little highlights and pink detail that I have going on there. This is actually my favorite. I really love this yellow one. But they're all the very exact same print.
I told her, is that your aura?
Okay, now just a minute. What did Ceri say? I'm surprised, Ceri. I would think it's way too thick for a spray. Oh, Christy says these are... Thank you. And Lygia says, I now feel a need for charts on walls. I'll tell you what. When we were starting out, you have to understand, my art experience wasn't with any of this. In fact, I'd never really used acrylic paints a whole lot.
We've always kind of poo-pooed on the acrylic paints.
Yeah. Very seriously. Okay. Now,
Just reflecting on that.
would you all like me to do a little bit of color work on these with the pencils? Mariah said yes, she wanted me to.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to hold this one over here, and I did go ahead and do this one. Is this the one I just did a few minutes ago? Maybe so. Oh well, it's already dry. Okay, so basically the thing I wanted to do here on this was I wanted to do some corrections around the eyes, because I think the eyes are what kind of bothered me. And remember, when you're using, glued down stuff, it is a bit harder to kind of make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me see. What did I do there? I think I used a brown. And I did come in, and you can see the skin tones. I added a bit more pink. And the eyes here, they look kind of angry. So I wanted to friendly them up just ever so slightly. And just that little bit of line there of taking that and coming in.
Hey, Sandra.
I mean, they're already feeling
Do you want me
better.
to move the camera in more? Y'all want the camera in more? I will do that. Let me know. Say yes. Or just, you're good, and she can keep holding things up.
No. He's resting artist face. Yes, I. Okay. So, basically all I'm doing is I'm just adding a bit more shadow there. And then this one, because it's actually bigger than the other one. And remember, I told you that everybody's eyes were not symmetrical anyway. And then I wanted to make this one come down a little bit more. And I wanted this one not to come down a little bit more. So can you see what I'm doing there? Just that little bit really made a big difference. Now here on the mouth, if you turn it up just ever so slightly here, you're getting, can you see the difference? Look at that. Whole personality changed with one teeny tiny little.
I talked about this before, that there's this makeup trick that, like, if you are planning on, like, going to a wedding, or, if you're going to be in a wedding, if you are in the wedding, there was a little makeup trick where you could add a little shadow there, just so that way you kind of have a resting smile face.
Okay, and I'm going to try, and it's a little harder to do this on the colored one, the nose business here.
Hey, Becky.
And it was fairly easy to do on the other one. But what I did was I wanted to bring that nose down a little bit.
Thank you. Mo went back and found the modeling paste comparison.
Mo, you rock.
This is when we used to edit videos. And, well, I say we. When I would edit videos, I would,
I would sit there and point to things.
Yeah. I'd be like, are we done with this yet?
And a little bit of highlight on the nostril there, and I'm trying to cover up the one that's already there. And then reestablish my dadgum brown. That's purple. Well, I could swear I had a brown. Maybe I've been using purple all this time. I didn't even know it. sad is that?
The lighting is better in here than it normally is, like, because we light this place up whatever we...
Okay, here we go. Bark brown.
Hey, cat.
Okay, so you can see we kind of changed our nose a little bit there. Brought the nose down. And see, that's changing it ever so slightly. Now, it's a little bit crooked on the smile there, but I don't mind that so much. Add a little bit more pink, take away some of the yellow here. You can tell I worked on the background here. I did come in and add a bit of
contouring
green to the
Hello,
eye.
Sandra.
I knocked back the eyebrows just ever so slightly. Came in here and added... I'm having trouble with my glasses today.
Allergies. Well, and we were...
Dark green.
It's been a rough day.
Yeah, it has. We can't talk about it right now because
No.
it's just too fresh. And, okay, now what was I doing here? Oh, yeah.
Sandra wants to know where are the masks. We did talk about them in the beginning. Well, or at least piece, we did. I like the nose on this one. You look a little more friendly.
Yeah.
And that little mouth business that you did.
Look at just that little bit. Look, okay?
Remember, I moved it way up.
Oh,
So you're
whoa.
like, yeah.
Sorry. Whoops. All right. Well, I think this is pretty good. I'm sorry about that. But, yeah. And even though it does look a little bit weird here,
Sandra says you just keep getting younger and younger.
there you go. It's amazing what you can do. Now, I love this one.
She's so in love with it.
I just love this yellow one. So much.
Well, it's kind of like, again, you love those things like it looks like something you found like in a, you know, like they spilled something on it or just, it's very...
Yeah, kind of. It's rusticated. But see, I could work more with the nose here on this one.
And you guys can hear the texture on that one. I don't know.
Yeah. And you can actually see it. The strokes of the... I think the hair looks fabulous there.
Is that why you were thinking about cutting your hair?
Yeah. And if I could found the dadgum broom,
I don't
would
know
have.
what you have done with it.
I don't either. It's just it's amazing the things that happen.
But I'll use my skills and help you.
I want
find
you
it.
to see if you can engage your uterus.
Yeah.
That's our big joke around here.
Mm-hmm. I was, and she was really, you know, so pleased. Was it yesterday or the day before? I was like, I can't find the stevia. I've looked at everything. She says, no, it's in one of those, you know, it's in a jar thing. So, well, that's part of the problem. I was looking for a bag thing. So I probably went past it like 20 times. But she was so pleased that she found it. She knew where it was.
I said, we need to observe this. We need to write it down somewhere so I can at some point in the future say, I found something. All right. All right, Dorothy, you have to let me know. Has Dorothy shown up yet? Bless her heart. I did send her a direct link. But here.
I like the blue one.
I think the blue one looks cool.
Are you keeping the yellow one no matter what?
I kind of think I am.
Okay,
I really
so-
do like the yellow one the most. I'm probably going to send her one of these portraits here because that's what she sent me, was more of a realistic,
Right.
You know, like person kind of thing. And I'm going to sign it because I think that would.
And I think, how many of these did we send out? Like, I think one of these went in almost every one of the 7,000 giveaways. Or at least
a couple different
all of
ones.
them or 3 of them.
I think
That's what I remember.
I think it was only 3 of them.
Okay.
And I just think it's so interesting what you can do with the eyes.
Yeah.
And how much you can change it. And remember, this is gel printing. This is going over it with a gel print.
A glaze.
Yeah, this is... colored, yeah, whatever.
Oh, and hello to all y'all that are coming in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbs up.
Any questions about this? It's almost time for the 8K. I know it is. I like, and see, Ceri, she says I like the blue one too. The blue one it's real interesting. Kind of has a bit of, and that's where I started. That's where I turned the mouth up the first time. Have a hard time finding my spot on this thing.
Did you read what Devin wrote?
No.
So Mariah, you should frame 4 of these together, Warhol style, and mount it above your bed. Brad would love that.
Oh, we could. Okay, well, this is kind of browned out. He never used anything like that.
Well, it could be a, PM style. Warholing. There you go. Well, you need one more that's kind of a solidy color.
Well, I've got pink. I didn't even show you the pink one.
She was leaving out the pink one.
I do have another yellow one, and I do have another one. I think this one's going to be fun to play with because I can really, go to town on this one because there's not much.
That was a transfer, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was one of the ones that I pulled after I did this one. Yeah. Oh, here. This is kind of a bad yellow.
Because some of them were done black and white.
We can do that.
To see if we could get it to transfer.
But I need to work on old pink here.
Pinky.
But it's just like, this doesn't even look like, when I look at these two together, it doesn't even look like the same person. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I just think it's so bizarre that, it's all taken from the same exact print. And we've got all of these. And I am going to make cards out of some of them, which you might be getting in your 8,000.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a cool thing to do. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? And I apologize for the state of my paper, but I was busy on some other.
We're bringing some projects back, y'all. Shall I move the camera up now?
Probably need to move the camera up now.
Okay, I'm going to turn me off so you don't see my bum while I, bend over, situating the camera. Don't you touch it. I don't.
See, I'm not allowed.
I don't like it when you touch it.
Okay, so this is the top and this is the bottom. Remember this project? And I mean, it's been around so long, it's scuffed up and it's been moved around different places, but we spent a lot of time getting these little jobbers. Milk cartons and, what was the other thing that I used?
Milk cartons and...
Oh, a little box that Van's pharmaceuticals come in.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I pulled out these prints that we worked on.
Just like,
Hey,
hey,
from the long haul.
I think these will work. And everybody's long hauling. I can't wait to. Oh, what we should do is anyone that has done a long haul video, post it over in Makers, please.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me, I have to.
Or maybe what I should do is put a post and say, hey, all the long haul videos.
Oh yeah, they
post under here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna sneeze if I don't.
No sneezing, because she can't stop.
I sneeze for 15 minutes once I start.
Okay,
now we originally started with these, and I don't remember these. These are some really nice ones. I really love this here, but I wasn't going to get enough of it on there, and I was going to have to do some piecing and blah 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 blah. And I just sometimes when I don't do something, there's a reason.
Yeah, you need to get it. You've teased it, Christy. You need to get it done.
Oh, she's editing it. Thank you, Susan. I love these prints too. I'm very pleased with these. But I'll tell you the ones that were even better. Remember the box that I covered?
Bye, Ceri. No worries.
Bye, Ceri. Thank you for coming.
Will Archie be one of them? I don't know if Archie's ever coming back.
Yeah.
He's still
someday.
Over there.
I've got some ideas. I had some. I was waking up in the morning time. I'm going to try the pigeon poop technique on him.
Right
but
now,
I have to get the right.
He's just looking all good and gold, and
yeah,
she's got to mess him up.
We can't have that. Okay, so basically what I pulled here are the greens and the blues and the turquoises. And one of the things that I wanted to say to you long haulers, one of the things that you want to happen here when you're doing this, and it's a time thing. You can go too slow or you can go too fast. You want to be pulling off bits of your darker color all along.
Off of the stencil.
Off the stencil. Can you get that box of, well, no, you can't because it's got my CDs in it, and when you pull it, it's going to, yeah, okay. Remember the one that I made using Paula's,
yeah.
Which one?
Isn't that
No.
one?
The one in my bedroom with my CDs are in it. And also did the tray with the,
oh, yeah,
all my beads. So that was probably the most successful ever. This one...
Yeah, room blocks. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes, yes. I love that. Eddie. I absolutely love that stencil.
He was following you. I wasn't.
Who was?
Eddie.
Thank you, Eddie. All right, so these little areas here and here, I know right away what happened.
Can I'll be a little bit of a smart ass here and tell you, seriously, did you choose the green? There we go.
Okay.
Sticks matter.
Little areas here indicate one of the washout, the clean out solutions where the adhesion of the parts have broken down and you get this nice little starry effect here.
Yeah,
but that's a really good way if you're not getting something to pull up from your print. Use some of that pull-out mixture, and what that's going to do, it's going to resolubilize your surface of your stencil so that you get some stuff pulled off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would have said something about that.
It's really hard to
during
type.
Yolanda's, and I just can't type fast enough, and by the time I got it typed in, it's already moved on.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm a terrible video watcher, typer person. Whatever. Okay, again here. But see, look, you're starting to get a lot of transfer.
I think that's one of the reasons that the fluids also create that situation more so.
Yes, they do, because they're going to pull each time. When you have those heavy body paints that are going to adhere to that stencil, and they're just going to stick there.
And then that's why you guys, and I think Eddie kind of had it happen to him a couple of times too, with those more heavy body paints. But you had to put down another sheet to get more of it up.
Yes.
Where really what you want are more thin, but you got to kind of keep moving. You want them to dry a little, but not too much.
Yes, it's something of just figuring it out, because this kind of thing, this is the only way that you're going to get this. You're not going to get this. I defy you to get this in any other way.
She defies you.
Throwing it out there. Throwing down the gauntlet. Throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Now the gauntlet's something you run through.
You have been you've been challenged.
Yeah, I threw the glove down.
Challenge.
Okay, so basically, if I look at this, and the reason I have my thing out here is so I can see. This is what I thought would be cool.
Mo, you're rocking it today. She says if you want to try out your own long haul technique using exactly the same stencils as P, here is that stencil.
There it is.
That's the creaky borders. Y'all have been ordering.
And these are actually the
pieces and parts.
The pieces and parts. This isn't the stencil. Well,
some of it
is.
is.
The stencil.
This
is
been
the
cut
stencil. This is the stencil. This is the stencil. The rest of it is what comes off from the... Yeah. But both of them are really good. And that's what's cool. When you use these kind of Franken-stencil things, and you come up with this thing, you don't want to spend 20 minutes putting it down on there and then just ripping it up, or I don't.
No, she plans these out, and they're usually way more like, or using the stencils that are, it's nice to have some, you know, you want some areas that, you want more open areas.
Yes. Well, it's a nice balance, but you don't notice these little things, and I can show you in some that
that's where it gathers.
This clogged up after a while. See, it's starting to clog there. This one, I think I completely lost it, and this one, it got lost right away.
That was good.
So, you know, the other thing is, when you're doing that, make use of your paper towel and really push it down in there. Now, sometimes I want to leave a little bit more. So I'll just swish it real quick, and then it just it stays behind, because I know on the next pull, I'm going to get that.
And then it adds more depth.
Back and forth with the colors.
Yes.
You do light, dark, you know, always change the color. Don't use the same color twice in a row.
Yeah. Oh, and then Susan Fernandez, that was a great recommendation. You can use some of the soft body paint with water, no more than 30% by weight. That's really a great, I don't always understand those little things, but that was a great way to say that. And that's a lot like the washout then.
Yes.
So you need something that's kind of, you know, especially if you get a dry, if one of your layers goes real dry, like P said, then you really do want to come in with something a little bit more
absolutely
watery.
Come back in, even with the
washout.
One of the really soupy, you know, with the balls.
Oh, the high flow.
High flow. These
with
are
the balls.
fluid. This is the one I use most of the time. But if I'm wanting some stuff to really happen here, because it's all just kind of shoot some high flow out there. And it'll start opening that up for you. Okay, I'm going to go and get that because somebody just asked. Melty Morocco is a good one.
Yes.
And the other one we just mentioned?
Rune blocks.
Rune blocks in the circles and the squares. I've used both.
Prayer wheels and rune blocks.
Yes, and another one is my...
Eddie, which one did you... I think Eddie used Feathery Eye.
That's a good one. You don't want anything where there's too many little teeny tiny spots, because those are going to fill in right away.
And I think that's kind of what
happened.
Yeah.
But they still showed up in that last print, which I was pretty impressed with.
Well, that's because, you know, he went right in with the black. So he had defined those right away.
This is true. I think black is a good one to start with. Black or dark brown or dark blue or dark green.
Joan, that's what Devin used. She used the swirling peacock. A lot of Darcy stencils are quite ideal for a long haul. Oh, and then the Cranky Buds. That was a good call from Devin as well.
This is like my favorite all-time print. Sorry, you have to look at my CDs, but I'm not taking them out.
Yeah, more to there.
I think I can do it.
Okay. A little towards me. Perfect. Y'all remember that?
But see, that's because it's picking up the black.
Awesome. Thank you, Mo.
Along with all of the other colors. Yeah, this was...
Christy Hartman has a lot of videos coming soon. That's awesome. And Mo is dropping, that's Cookie Wookie, if you guys are watching back on a replay or anything, or anybody that's interested, Mo is dropping those links to the to those stencils that we were just talking about. Great ones for the long haul.
Okay, so basically each sheet is going to take up and cover one
side. That was my idea. Somebody mentioned that.
Somebody mentioned that? Mm-hmm. So then you cover
3 or 4
that
months
side. Then you turn them all, and you turn them the same way.
I love it. The long haul boxes.
Long haul boxes.
And a project done. Come on.
Okay. Now I don't. Okay. I'm really anxious about this.
Why?
Because I don't want to have it not work. So I've got to think about it.
Okay, you want me to tell you how to do it?
Well, go ahead. I'll just
Because this is a lot like how I did remember when I did the sets of the little journals, that all lined up? So you need to take your boxes out. And you need to glue them all at once. And then you can just cut. If you're doing it wrong, I'll come over and help you.
And remember this one I had to add.
And you may want to number them. Well, just so that way when you're flipping them and stuff, you don't get them out of order, and then that way it turns properly. That's what I'm, you know. And that's what the furniture people do.
I'm going to put 1, and then I'm going to put an arrow to the top.
Okay.
Because the other thing is, remember, this box here is handmade, and I had to move these around.
Yeah, they have to go back in the right slot, so I guess maybe you won't really necessarily mess it up, but... Bye, Christy. Thanks for hanging.
Wrong way.
If you ever have any, like, you know, handmade furniture, a lot of times if you look on the back side of the drawers and whatnot, they have numbered them.
Well, I should have started at the top and did 1, 2, 3. But, yeah.
It's okay. Hey, it's a PM Artist studio. It's like that one book I made.
This is 4. I probably need to draw a little
We're a bottom-up kind of people, not a top-down.
Draw a diagram here showing. God, how sad is that?
Somebody send me a map. A legend.
Okay, that's 4. Don't get me mixed up here.
At the very least, we can come back and watch the stream. I'm going to write down. This is when we started numbering boxes.
And this one was put in upside down. I'm glad it turned out. Well, I'd have to write on it. I was lying in bed thinking, do I have 6 or 9 of those boxes? That's what I was thinking this morning. How sad is this? And I should... Okay, well, I'll figure that out. Those are... Here's my sweet little box that, you know, I don't know how old it is. I got it as junk.
We've been hauling this thing around a long time.
Long time. It's had many lives and many functions.
Yeah, it's been in bathrooms.
Like yes.
It's been, you know.
It's held perfume. It's held.
Yeah.
Its original thing, I think it had no nuts and bolts in it.
Yes.
But it does need a little bit of work. All right.
Bye, Lygia. Thanks for hanging.
Now, what I'm thinking here is to go with the heavy stuff.
Yes. Well, or kind of what dries quick. That, no, do that because it'll give you just a little time to reposition if it needs to, you know, slide around.
Well, and I've got to cover through 6 boxes here. And
yeah.
Took sweet time.
Yeah, I think that's the right.
I'll try to use a larger brush.
Mm-hmm.
And
size matters. I'm really gonna do. I need to just do a shirt that says size matters.
Okay, I'm gonna use a paintbrush.
If you know, you know.
So that I can
unfurling art daily.
And this is pretty stiff, so you know,
it gets both hashtags.
Now I gotta be careful because I'll be gluing my boxes together.
Yes. Sure, we can pry them apart.
And if I have to, I can come back with my and hit the, you know, the outside edges.
Yeah.
I'm just really trying to get a lot in the middle so I can squish it out.
Susan Fernandez says, a stiff, large brush, making notes. Good job,
Stiff, large brush. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, here we go, folks.
Oh, Deb, we're not getting that serious.
What?
I'll tell you here in a minute. There we go. I think that's good. Because these were never going to be, like, tight to one another. Because they're not those kind of boxes. These are not square and plumb boxes. These are, you know, arty boxes.
Arty boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know really what to do with that, so I'm just going to stick it in the water and put the lid on this because I don't want to be, number 1, knocking it off, and number 2. All right, now this is...
I'm putting on some lip stuff. Oh, well, if you get the scissors in there, I guess that'll be alright. I would have just gotten the X-Acto. You need the X-Acto?
I don't know.
Do you need me to come over and take over this?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. There, I got them a little bit apart.
There you go. Fabulous.
Okay, this is where Ceri mentioned something else today that I thought was good. She says, you know, if you mess something up, you might as well just admit it and apologize and move on. But, you know, if you try to cover up with screw up, it just makes it all that more. And people are like, oh, well, really? Okay, I don't know that you want to do it this way. I'm just presenting
It's an option.
With an option.
Option 1. We can do different. Hey, we can do. How many sides are you covering?
4, 5. Because we got to do something to the bottom.
Okay, you're doing the bottom.
Well, of the little box.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm kind of wiggling in here to get in between the boxes because I don't want to, like...
Yeah, but pop it apart. Rip, pop and rip.
I'm sorry.
Moses, do it, Pete. We have faith in your vision and ability.
Bless your heart. I don't know if it's warranted, but I appreciate it.
Eddie says, Mariah.
Oh, we have separated some of the twins. That's what I feel like I've gone through. Surgery. Lord.
You won't get this, but it's funny. So Eddie says, Mariah, that was so mean, girls. I would have grabbed the X-Acto. Applies lip gloss.
It was kind of, wasn't it, Eddie?
Right, she doesn't know the reference to the
I
movie,
do
but
too.
you know, like
Mean Girl. I know about Mean Girl.
The movie.
No.
Yeah, see, yeah.
I feel sure that wouldn't be something I would
It's probably,
I've watched things because I was at people's house and I had to because
yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mariah might have poked me and told me to be nice. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. I'm cutting into the box, I guess.
So what is your fear of the X-Acto? See, I think you can just come in and then you can trim the edges. You know, slit the gap, trim the edges. Jeanette was like, "Good Lord, woman, get the X-Acto."
She said, "Did you have that in capitals?" She hollering at me?
She LOL'd in capitals.
All right.
Oh, good night.
That's a little harder than it looks. Let me just say that.
I hope we all are learning things. We are.
Well,
this is one of the reasons she does this in the wee hours of the night. Is it the wee hours of the night?
Well, that's when I worked on my portraits.
Wee hours of the morning. Sometimes
Yeah,
that's when things happen.
I think I had these married up to close together. On the next one, I'm going to
give them a little breathing room, just a little.
Little
because there's gonna be there's the break of the things.
You're gonna have it. It's gonna be there anyway.
Yeah, and if you hand me one of those boxes, I can help you trim them up so we can get along and move along, little doggy. How's that song go?
You know, Wyoming's gonna be your new home.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know you know it because you used to sing it.
I sang it to Izzy in the car and she covered my mouth.
She gets real angry when she's not a country fan yet. She'll get there. That's okay. I wasn't either. I think you have to have some sad things happen in your life. Hers has not been sad enough.
All right, now I'm going to leave that and turn that under.
Okay.
Whichever, don't take off that part.
Yeah, the extra.
Because it's going to be,
Yeah, I got you.
Fluff that up a little bit. I think these are going to be quite stunning.
Fabulous. Oh, I do too. I do too.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead with my And I just pulled the cute little tip off of this. We're just going full force on the...
Oh, Michelle from Ink It Stamp It sent me a link. So there's some kind of little glue gunny holder thing that you can put your, like, put your little bottles in. And it has a little stand and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I meant to tell you about that.
And see, we knew we were going to have a little problem here on the
Alright.
on the edges in the corner.
There.
No worries. You just glue it down.
Yeah.
That's what's wonderful about tissue. And see, we've got a little on this edge here. We'll just go ahead and glue that down right now so that we don't interfere with the next. I'll try to get the next one a little more. Whatever.
We'll try a different one.
Oh gosh, this is number 1. I kind of covered up part of my number there, but that's okay. Look at how good that looks.
Alright, hand me another one. I'm faster at this than you are.
Well, this is the kind of stuff that you know how to do.
Bye, Joni.
Hi, Joni. Try not to cover up my dadgum number.
Bullet. He's rolling. Rolling and grunting. You want me to glue this to the bottom?
Yeah. Just don't cover it up.
I don't have these crap scissors getting hot. I swear.
I love working with tissue paper and doing this kind of work because really it's so forgiving.
Well, that's the cork for the X-Acto knife. You gotta cork it. Let me tell you, that's another one of her little collections. Although none of us really drink much anymore, but
Well, I didn't collect those. I just knew a lot of people that were heavy drinkers.
I was one of them.
Okay, now this one is going to the inside. That's okay. I'm really glad that Carrie's not here watching this because I would.
I'll warn him. Say you really don't have to watch the box.
Really
box situation.
Nervous because I'm sure he's shuddering. Shuddering.
Okay, looky there. Got another one? Or is that all of them?
That's it.
All right, look at us getting things done.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of trimming them up a little bit more.
Put a trigger warning on this. Yeah, if you're really into like exact measurements and exact cutting, this is the time that you want to just skip
Disclaimers.
forward. And then I'll have another pop-up thing.
And the thing about the tissue paper is
Hi, Ricky.
You can make it go around corners. Hey, Mo, you know, my mask. Did you see my mask earlier? I don't know if Mo saw it. Is she still here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. I thought about that really cool card that you made that you put my little, and I put some copper wire on it, and I put it up when I did it, and I can't find it now. It's on one of my boards.
Oh,
the little, cool little Haji? The stone.
Yes,
the rock.
she says she's glad you rocked your dark side.
I did rock my dark side. Well, I thought we had Mariah's pretty well.
That's right. This is an art live stream. This is not an engineering stream.
Now, see.
Hagstone.
Count. Well, there's 5, 6. That's good. But this one goes down here. This one goes. This is number 1.
Yeah. from the bottom.
Bottom. Did you glue down the things? Okay, here's
Some of those I didn't glue on the inside. I just tucked them in.
4, 5,
Figured you could work that out later.
1, 2, 3.
Love it. Look
at that.
All right, let's do another side. Roll them.
Woo! Hot diggity. Okay, I'm just gonna give them
It looks like corn on the cob. It does. That's the buttery side.
Right, you didn't glue
I
this
told you
down.
that. I told you that. I said I tucked those. I just didn't know how fully committed you were to that. Or how fully committed I wanted to be to that.
Well, you really should do the inside first.
Yeah. That's okay.
That's all
right. We're doing everything's a little bit backwards today.
Okay, so that's turn.
Bottom up.
Turn, turn, and turn.
Okay.
Ah, whoop. Feeling glued.
Now, did you turn? You turned everything.
Everything the same direction.
Okay.
Now, remember, we're going to separate just ever so slightly a little bit more.
Scissor room.
So we've got scissor room rather than...
Exacto.
Exacto.
Not so exacto.
Not so exacto.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do we want this green? Sort of like that.
Yes, these are for the little wooden crate thing.
Or do we want to go blue?
Well, you're going to do both, so, I mean,
I am going to do both. So I don't really think
I like the green.
I do too. Okay, I'm not sure
Thank you, Debbie.
why this is puking out there.
I don't know. Your glue thing's having
It's odd.
issues.
Odd. All right. Now we need to make sure that we...
That's funny. Rhonda says, my X-Acto skills are more like exploratory. That's how I X-Acto.
I like that. I think that is...
I will cut you, just not precisely.
I have a hard time with that, and I see people doing it all the time, and I'm thinking, gosh, that really looks cool. I'm going to give that another whirl, and I'm like, oh, not so much. Not so much. Because you've noticed I actually did some little pieces of my cards on that little board that I have that I didn't think I could live without.
And I want y'all to know that I think, now, if I missed anyone, do let me know. But every order that has gone out since the start of, and maybe even a day before, the Friday, you know, the Cyber Monday, Friday, Black Friday business, you know, our offer deal. So even a couple of y'all before that got cards.
Okay, I'm having a
And I still have more, so more will be going out.
Water coming out of my brush from the back. This is a basting brush from Albertsons.
No, it is not.
It's
just from the hardware store. Is that a baster?
Well, it's either I've got basters and I've got the hardware ones. They're almost exactly the same.
I think they probably
all come from China.
Yeah, same factory, different packaging. Oh. So, Deb says she's watched the Posh Paper Lady. I think I've watched her before. From time to time.
Posh Paper Lady?
Uh-huh. And she uses a finger-worn blade, like a...
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hesitate putting that back in there because I've got too much.
She doesn't need that. She scratches her nose way too often. Like, that could be
oh
very bad.
Oh, my goodness. I told you about it. I almost...
She isn't too much of a face toucher to be
when I had
wielding such things.
Fake nails on. I couldn't wait to get home and take them off. I shredded my pantyhose.
Oh.
It was like a...
Okay, you need to go. Oh, well, are you at the bottom of your boxes there?
Pretty much.
Okay.
That was kind of a...
Yeah, right on the money, honey.
Well, when you separate them, that's what happens.
Well, you could push those one boxes up a little. Okay, but not now.
What am I running into? I guess I don't have them lined up very good.
It's all right. This is not an exact project. I'm glad we have established that. But we do need to keep reminding people in case they come in and are you know, not fully knowed up on the lack of
what they're going to be watching. And be sadly disappointed.
Hi, Christine.
Okay. I'm moving these aside. I'm certainly glad I did number them because this could be a real issue here. Because I want them to be turnable in that when they're in their slot, you know, they look like they all go together, kind of thing. All right, here, Mariah, I'm going to
These are the pesto boxes.
You can do the edges if you feel so inclined.
Okay.
And I think it's almost better to do the edges before you cut.
What do you mean?
To make sure the edges are adhered out to the edge, because I'm having a bit of a problem here.
Oh, yeah. I glued those last ones down. Yes.
Now, if there's a little bit of discrepancy.
That's a word.
Discrepancy. About how they meet up there. I can address that later, either with, pardon me.
Yeah, that's attractive. Yeah, well, that's what you get.
The other day I was going, gosh, my lips are really chapped. But it was from pulling this glue all.
That's disgusting and not good for you, by the way, because, you know, supposedly that could cause cancer.
What, this glue?
Mm-hmm. There's a warning on it. Warning, cancer and reproductive harm.
Okay, so you probably should, these little pieces and parts, you know, if you wanted to be really nitpicky, you could save those and cover that up if you wanted to. I can assure you from right now that
I think you did this box earlier. That's your cutting job right there. 1 second.
There we go.
Hey, little this, little that.
Well, I don't know that this
I think that's pretty much how most of our streams go.
What?
Sorry, I was reading and looking.
Oh.
Multitasking. Don't give me that look.
You're knocking my boxes about.
Little this, little that says she came in 75 minutes ago. She's enjoying this immensely despite being utterly lost. We've got to mention that, like when we redo our channel thing. A lot of times you're going to feel utterly lost. That's okay. Hopefully we're humoring you long enough to keep you around.
Oh!
Good golly. That's usually not a good sound.
That was not a good sound.
Whoops! Whoopsies!
But I don't think that, you know.
It's not that bad. Merely a flesh wound. It's fine.
I feel like a kindergartner. I used to watch him do that.
I'll
just
leave
be
it.
Totally amused.
I'll leave that.
I used to take masking tape to the grocery store with Mariah, and I'd give her 2 pieces, and Should be good for a good 20-30 minutes taking it off and on.
Yeah, that's
My
some good
sister
parenting.
said they thought that that was cruel and unusual punishment. I said, I don't know why. She's totally entertained.
It seemed like a win-win.
I'm down with it. She seems to be. Now, you know, I could be offering you advice on the best way to do this, but obviously
We haven't figured it out yet. We'll let y'all know.
If I,
Maybe by the
when
end of
it
this.
comes to me, at the time I get the last layer on here, I might be able to give you some valuable advice about what to do.
We'll know more here in a minute. Stay tuned.
Ceri, I'm sorry you missed that, but maybe you can watch it later. And I remember you saying something about, you know, admitting your inadequacies, that there's no sense in trying to cover up.
This is kind of hitting them all.
Yeah, I really, today I have.
Straight things, gluing things,
Cutting things.
cutting things.
Well, now you can see two sides there. Look at those little boogers matching up there. I meant for that to happen.
Yeah. It's getting deep, y'all.
Yeah. Put on your hip waders.
Lynn would like to know, wouldn't it be easier to cut those edges with a craft knife? I don't know.
Well, I don't really know how I would do that without, see, I want that just to, it's very tricky.
It's tricky to glue around. To glue around this time. It's tricky.
And I need to do a couple of swipes. I might take a towel here because I'm getting glue all over my scissors and I don't like to do that. It's going to make me very angry later. What?
They're throwing out their ideas.
No, please do.
Deb says flat down on a cutting surface. So then you could go like along the side of it.
Oh, like that? You can, but what's the problem is remember, this is wet from the glue. So you're not going to get a good... I mean, I'm struggling with my scissors.
Yeah, because we're hurrying. Now, if you let it dry, yeah, that'd be, spot on.
But we'd be here till the cows came home because...
We're really trying to get this thing done. Remember, it's been on hold for, 6 months.
I had to dust it off.
Very kind of you.
Okay. Now, I didn't catch all of the little edges there, but, you can kind of just give them a little fluff, and if they need a little bit more adhesive, now's the time. And you can just turn that under, because all of that is going to disappear from what we're going to do on the inside.
That's right, Marguerite. Carrie said to do 9 beforehand and then 1 on camera. No, we're going to show y'all all the painful little boxes.
Well, I know, but you wouldn't be able to appreciate how they come together if I just did 1. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see me fumble about, and
Yeah.
And I think that's important. The fumbling,
the
part
fumbling.
is important because there's really not a right or a wrong way here, and y'all are learning something from what I'm doing here, I hope.
Yes.
And this is a live stream. This is not a video.
That's true.
Carrie made that
I did
observation.
appreciate and I know he was thinking about us.
I could really hear my name in some of those. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to have to put them all back together again. I think they're all pretty well.
Hold on, I'm still working on one over here.
6. Well, we know 6 is up there. 3 is here. 4 is here. 5 is here. And 2 is here.
Yes, a realistic representation of crafting.
Yeah, not this stuff that,
Yeah.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
We didn't want to leave y'all out of that. I love it. Next. Roll them.
Roll them. Roll, roll, roll.
Keep them doggies rolling.
Raw. That's a little before my time. Just so y'all know.
Did you?
No.
I don't think you turned that the right way.
I did. Green, 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 green.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not going to separate them quite so much.
Yeah. Oh, Darcy. No, I didn't. Too late suggestion would be to lay the paper on the table. Oh, here. Okay, yeah, so this might work. So lay the paper on the table and then turn them over. For a lot of people that would be able to keep it straight, yes.
I ain't one of those.
No, she'll screw it up and put it down. One of them down the wrong way. This is the best way for P. I like that suggestion.
That for someone that
could just go doop.
Yeah.
And I think if you had more room, because if she could have it to the side, then she would probably be able to kind of do that. But right now, she would have to turn them, and I think there's a chance for
us to get out of sequence here. I don't really know that like is really important, but
I think it kind of is.
I'm just thinking it is. Because remember when I put them in there, they had to go in a certain way because of the weirdness of the box.
Yeah,
they don't all fit in the same hole. I mean, that's not what I mean. They weren't interchangeable because of the varying sizes.
But you would be able to, they don't have to maybe be... Okay, each box has to go in its particular hole.
Yes.
That is true. But each box does not have to be... Now, there is a front and a back. They will not go... You can't turn it all ways.
You can't because they're not...
And so what would happen is...
Can you see the difference in the height of these two right here?
It's complicated.
Yeah. They're not the same boxes. These are milk cartons. These are another box.
They are monogamous. Yeah. Yeah.
If you had all milk cartons or if you had all boxes, then it would
Bye,
work.
Trish.
And I didn't like it because, see, I had to add some... you can see where I had to add a little bit of height to that.
And Mo says, this is just the long haul of gluing. Box making. Long haul box making.
Absolutely.
We're just long haulers on this channel.
That's what we are.
Slow gluing, long haulers from way back.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Today I was, we always sit here and say, okay, well, is today going to be entertainment or is today going to be educational?
I left it at entertainment because I didn't know how
I do not
happy
know
we were.
How deadgum entertaining this is, watching people paint on glue with a brush from the hardware store.
Yeah. I should have stayed with comedy or...
Comedy of errors.
I don't know if...
But I'm telling you what, this glue is working really well. Have y'all noticed that? At least we have that.
That was a very good choice.
So this is the ultra stiff stuff. I think they say ultra.
Ultra.
Well,
I'm always a little suspect of that.
Well, I just didn't want to waste so much of my glue here.
It's like, remember...
This is $high stuff.
Yeah, well, remember that one stuff that we ordered that said it was like, super thick or whatever, and it was like drizzle... I mean, I guess maybe for that...
Genre.
I
got to line my boxes up here a little, So we want them to be visually as...
Start again.
Oh, I'm just so nervous.
There is a little timer, though, going. Your glue's drying. Very nice.
Look, you can really see the difference in there.
Susan was, she was gluing tiny magnets last night. Fiddly gluing business, especially when she got too close to the other magnets and the little boogers would fly across and snap one together. Magnets are...
Oh, I don't even...
no, she doesn't do the magnets.
That is definitely not in my...
All right, we got 15 minutes, I think.
You think we can do it?
Mm-hmm. And Susan says that P, that's what I do all okay. Yes. Oh, and that's so true, Debbie. She says to Darcy, I find you chatting to us entertaining. And she does it solo. That is true. That is a skill in itself. Being able to do those videos and just keep talking. And, like, not, you know, just kind of just go to working. That's why when I did the process video, well, and partially that, you know, nothing's ever quiet around here, I would do the voiceover. I love those itty bitty magnets though. I know, Darcy cracks me up. I was telling Brad that the other night. We were dropping, you know, we were going to the post office, and I told him, I said, I don't know if Darcy knows how funny she is.
What?
Darcy replied back, she doesn't. She grew up misunderstood. See, that's funny.
Well, I thought I was adopted.
Well, yeah, family. There could be something. Alrighty. Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this too. You do get better. Just with anything, you know?
Well, the thing about this is remember some of these boxes, pardon me for talking with a pen in my mouth, fit in rather tightly. So we were not talking, we couldn't use a whole bunch of paper to cover them with.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to fit.
I remember.
So the tissue paper was really
the answer.
The answer. Well, I'm just going to be putting these over here because you just seem to be able to do them 3 times faster than I can. I don't know why I never doubted that.
I'm the fastest slow gluer around.
And I'm really loving the color of these.
I like the transition. I think that was well chosen on this so far.
Well, remember I handed you some that we were going to talk about and we forgot to do that.
Yeah.
Well, too late now.
Well, we can recap this on Sunday.
Because I handed Mariah a bunch of papers that I said, I might want you to...
I think the universe just wanted you to get this done.
Well, I don't know what the big hoot on it.
Finishing a project, especially, you know, at this time of the year, the end of the year, finishing those things that have just been hanging about, sitting around.
Boy, those are the kind of things that I worry about.
I know, they are not things that you worry about, but that's how my mind works.
I know. Carrie mentioned that his does too. Mine does not.
I know. You just
I
no worries at all.
And it's just like me finding my portraits. Well, what I was looking for these other papers that
she was supposed to be cleaning.
I kind of did a little bit, but really
she teased me.
Not a lot.
She said that she might be going upstairs to organize a little bit.
I did.
And basically what that means, she's going to move things around until she finds something that she can work on. Or that,
Look at that. We finished up almost exactly at the same time.
Well, I got one more over here.
Well, Ida is coming along splendidly. I do say so myself.
Aw, you're so sweet. Lynn said that we could stream on Comedy Central. That's a huge compliment. Thank you. I try to be funny. I actually make effort. I don't know if that makes this better or not. Maybe before you were like, hey, you know, she's just kind of... You go. Chop it there. I like laughing. That's why. I like to make others laugh.
I have to concentrate, for God's sake. I have trouble gluing and breathing.
Gluing and breathing. I have to hold my breath to glue.
Dang it, I was going to cut that off and I just glued it down. See, I should not talk. Now I'm going to have to wash my scissors.
Oh, goodness. Aw.
Floaty tissue all over the place.
See, I'm missing things while I'm gluing. I might have to come back and watch this one over for sure and read the chat. Y'all make sure if you're being real funny or whatever, put it in all caps so I, you know, don't miss it.
It makes my day when I make somebody laugh, whether it's intention or not. Hey, that's the way you gotta be, because sometimes it's just your, you know, muddling about that's absolutely hysterically funny. Okay, I gotta get the rest of this stuff out of there.
Yeah, you're building up. Just, you could, there's a thing, a round thing. I think you have a round thing over there. And sometimes people put things like that in it.
I was understanding that. One.
Ooh.
Two. 6.
Oh, that's I like that.
5. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go,
I wasn't
folks.
gonna read that out loud, but
Mariah, you were supposed to cut that. You glued it down.
are you sure that was mine?
Yes, it's the one I just took from you.
But that was yellow. That was the first one we started with.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like that was you, because I kept mine pretty well along the line.
Well, I guess I can cover it up on the next round.
Yeah, that'll have to be dealt with.
All right.
What is the next one?
Well, we've got some choices here. We
got 6 minutes. You'll just have to finish this one. Ooh, we'll leave this as a cliffhanger. Bum, bum, bum.
This one. This one. Or this one. Or one of those ones you have over there that you're supposed to spray.
Ooh.
Because right now we've got green, blue, and gold.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like you needed to go with another warm color. You need something that's either, I feel like orangey.
And I don't have any orangey.
Well, let's review these papers real quick and maybe we hold off.
This is my closest to orangey.
Yeah, that ain't even in the ballpark, lady.
No. But if you sprayed this with orange,
It could.
It could.
That doesn't go. This could.
Well, now I gave you that one because I thought that would be good for your mask. I don't want that one.
I don't want that one for my mask. That isn't
I don't want it either.
And nobody wants that poor little print.
It's really pretty, but it's not.
Or you do have purple, but it's just not as cool as those other ones.
I don't think it is either. I think I want this one to be sprayed.
Okay, so on Sunday, just keep that with the boxes. Don't put it over here. Just keep your stuff together. And then we will spray it, and then we will glue it down.
Okay.
Now, the cliffhanger here might be that she cannot wait. So, I don't know. If y'all were betting people and wanted to, you know, put some money in Vegas to see if she could hold off and wait, that would be some fun stuff right there. All right, guys, thank you again for hanging out with us. Did you get them out of order?
I don't think so. I numbered this one number 1 and it came out here, but it's not wanting to go back in there. Oh, I bet the box is turned upside down.
Bottoms up, y'all. We still have 4 minutes. Let's see what your doer thing.
Okay, what is that number? That's a 2. That's a 1.
Winner, winner. Ding, ding, ding.
Y'all thought I was like losing my mind when I said that, but
see, Darcy.
There's all kinds of ways you can screw things up. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool?
Yeah, here, back up off of it so that way I can just take a screenshot. And actually, would you push it up towards me just ever so slightly?
Yeah.
Back down ever so slightly.
10, 5, 7.
Okay, so once again, thank y'all for hanging out with us. It has been a super fun stream. We needed this. We'll let you know when we're kind of ready about like kind of what today was all about and whatever. But y'all cheered us up. You have no idea.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hugs to all of you. And we'll be back here on Sunday. Bye, guys.